Open our hearts, free every soul. The fear inside, you must let it go. Oh, that monster, before it conquers you. Yeah, we all have demons, we fight every day. You get knocked down, but the bell hasn't rang, so keep going. Just stay focused when life seems hopeless. Before life passes you by, you must, like a bird with broken wings always. You've gotta reach for the stars. It might seem far. Ooh, don't stop. You gotta try. Oh, 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 you gotta try. Stop you from winning this race, so keep going. Just stay focused. Yeah, I am the tiger, I own the prize. Every storm is with the rainbow in the sky. You are golden. If no one else noticed, don't stop, keep going. Before life passes you by, you must.
I think the biggest piece of advice I have for someone going through addiction or thinking about going to rehab is being honest with yourself. Don't be afraid to get help. I think that's the biggest stigma that we're trying to erase is don't be afraid to ask for help.
Welcome back to ICAN. Today we are interviewing Emily Reich. She's a peer specialist, and she now is a member of the Safe Communities. Emily, would you like to tell us a little bit about what you're doing and what it entails?
Yeah, so I kind of recently started with Safe Communities. They are out of Dane County and have been providing peer support for over 20 years.
What is peer support?
So peer support is someone that has lived experience with either substance use and or mental health that has lived, the lived experience is really the only qualifier. And then to get certified, you take, I believe it's a 6-week little class, and then you take an exam at the end of that, and if you pass, you get certified. And I don't know, I've never heard of peer support when I started my recovery journey, and And, you know, people have asked me like, well, did peer support help you? I'm like, I don't know. It wasn't available to me.
So it's kind of a new program.
Right. Like I said, Safe Communities has been doing this for 20 plus years, but a lot of counties are finally catching on. I get the privilege of saying that I'm the first ever peer specialist on Jefferson County's Treatment Court team.
Congratulations.
Which is a pretty cool thing, considering I am a convicted felon that was sentenced in Jefferson County. So I don't know. I think it's kind of cool to be able to say that, though, and gives people some hope, you know? Like, I hear a lot of times, well, my record, I can't get a job because my record. And
Yeah, my son says that a lot.
yeah, well, and I'm like, I don't know. For me, it kind of worked out, but I think that's because, like, I did put the work in, and yeah, I don't know. It was something I wanted.
Okay.
So yeah, as a peer support, the individuals I work with, in a general, vague way, I will just say that I am there to walk alongside my peers and help them to move their life in a positive forward direction, whatever that looks like for the individual. So I know, like, last time we met, I had said, like, it has taught me a lot about, you know, other ways to recovery, and that, you know, a 12-step is not the pathway for everyone.
Right.
And I even talked about having an older brother and a younger brother that have recovered, and we all took different paths. So I don't know, it's really exciting, and I love it when I get to see, like, just the lights come on in someone's eyes and that glimmer of hope is there. Because for me, like, there's many years where I thought I was just never gonna get it, that I was like one of the hopeless ones that would just always be obsessing over my use. And
Now, the statistics out there lately have been really high for drug overdoses and drugs themselves. Have you
Yes.
seen that in our communities rising?
yeah, so I actually get alerts. It's through Dane County. Jefferson County doesn't monitor it like the Dane County does, but I was told, like, if the numbers are going up in Dane County, they're going up in surrounding counties. The other thing about Safe Communities is we really focus on harm reduction. So, you know, we provide, you know, clean needles, Narcan, fentanyl testing strips at no cost to the individual. And it's, you know, like an anonymous thing, like your name's not written down anywhere saying you got this stuff. So yeah, we really like to focus on harm reduction, and that's one way we're able to do that is by providing.
Now, the naysayers, the ones that say the harm reduction is increasing that.
Enabling
it.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
I completely disagree. There was a time where I probably would have been on that side, but just knowing where my active addiction took me, like I knowingly used dirty needles, you know, just because I didn't have clean ones available, and living that kind of life, you don't really have a lot of resources.
Right.
So I would rather somebody, you know, use safely than use and die of an overdose, because everybody's life is valuable, you know. So.
Have you seen any issues in our area with a new drug that came out that Narcan cannot reverse? It's called Tang.
So I've heard of that, and I believe there's another one I cannot think of the name of, that has come into Dane County. But I honestly haven't really heard specifically Watertown, well, even Jefferson area, the peers I work with in treatment court, I haven't heard anything about
That's good.
people coming across it. But then again, a lot of the people I do work with right now have already been able to maintain a recovery program for themselves. So, yeah, I don't know.
So what else does the Safe Communities do?
So we have different programs. We have ED to recovery, which is emergency department to recovery. We have a 24 hotline number that people can call when, they're needing to reach out. They can give themselves a self-referral. It's called a community referral, just to say like, yes, I want peer support, I want to engage, or recovery coach. The emergency room, I believe right now it's more so only Dane County hospitals doing this. I believe Fort Atkinson Hospital is also on our list, but I don't know that we get that many calls from them. But what I'm told is Dane County actually has it in their computer system when somebody comes in on, a drug or alcohol related anything. There's a little button in there that says contact peer support. And of course the individual has to agree and say they want peer support.
Right.
And then whoever's on the hotline that given day has an hour to get to the hospital and engage with that person face to face and hopefully make a difference. We also have jail to recovery, which we get a lot more referrals from the Dane County Jail than we do Jefferson County Jail. Well, I shouldn't say that. Dane County is a bigger county, bigger population. So that is anybody who, I haven't experienced it yet, but I did just get some referrals for Jefferson County Jail where I will go in and visit with the individuals and, see how I can best support them and just be someone, whether I go and plan to meet them once a week or once every other week. It's something they can look forward to. It's a relationship. They can build a positive relationship, So we have that. And then our community to recovery is anybody that has our number. You can get referred by your therapist, really anyone. You can refer yourself.
Family member.
Right. Well, we actually, that gets tricky. So a family member could potentially, say, hey, you should check this thing out. But the individual has to willingly, it's supposed to be peer-led. So the individual, it's on their terms, they have to agree to it. They're not supposed to be forced into it or anything like that. But on our team with Safe Communities, we actually have parent who is there to support family members and other parents and stuff like that with, with family members that do suffer with recovery and stuff like that. So
Now with this program, is there any cost?
it is a zero cost program.
Okay.
We do fundraisers and stuff that help benefit and grants and stuff like that. But it is a completely free program to anybody that wants it. So, I think that's really a unique thing. So.
Okay, tell us more.
Okay, well, I was gonna say, so I started working on Jefferson County's treatment court team.
Okay.
Like I said, I'm their first peer specialist on the team, so I don't know, I'm kind of paving the path for others to follow.
What does this team do?
Okay, so our team consists of the treatment court judge, 2 POs, probation officers, a public defender, 2 case managers, our program coordinator, 2 therapists, and law enforcement, and also someone from the DA's office. And I hope I'm not forgetting anyone. I think that's, and then me. So what we do is, as a team, we meet each week before both alcohol and drug court, which is every Wednesday. So we meet every Wednesday and have staffing, which we go through everybody, because everyone in both drug and alcohol court are at different phases at any given time. So they're required to come in at certain times. So whoever is going to be in court that day, we get print-offs and like a little update on how the last week or month has gone for them, depending on, what phase they're in. And if someone is there on a sanction, we determine
What is a sanction?
So a sanction is not complying with the program, which can look like anything from like a missed UA or, not turning in enough self-help slips. You have to go to so many self-help meetings a week.
Self-help like AA or?
Yeah, so unfortunately, in our county, it's really, especially just being in Jefferson County, a lot of what you're gonna get is only 12-step meetings, AA, NA, CA, stuff like that. There are other alternatives. There is Smart Recovery, Celebrate Recovery, which are just different programs. I know Dane County allows, when individuals meet with their peer support, that counts as a self-help meeting for them. However, Jefferson County hasn't gotten there yet. But I don't know. I'm hoping to make some changes. So a sanction could also include, alcohol use or substance use. And with that, so I went through drug court myself in 2008. Well, I graduated in 2018, and it was pretty much brand new to Jefferson when I had gone through it. And this wasn't a thing when I went through it, but now they have this it's not a rule, but if you use with honesty, if you're upfront and open about it before being confronted with, a positive test result or something like that, you will not go to jail. In most cases. That's not to say, because they try to, keep it pretty much the same for everybody, but also understand that each person's an individual that might have different needs. So like sometimes it's different. I can't say that nobody's ever gone or hasn't gone to jail with an honest, upfront use. So
it's basically giving them an opportunity to change their life.
Right. So honesty is a big component for treatment court. So if you're honest, you won't go to jail. The response will be a treatment response, whether, it's writing an essay or meeting with your therapist more often or, going to an extra meeting. It could be a number of different things. Us as a team, we collectively determine, what we think or recommend for each individual. But there's also, you go through the ones that aren't there on sanction, and, we have incentives too for doing well in the program. And I mean, I personally think we could be doing a better job at that, because you get to pick a gift card or whatever. And I think when I got it, I got like a $5 gift card to McDonald's that I don't think I ever even used. So I do think we could have some better incentives, but so we get to do that. And then also if there's a motion to terminate someone in the program, each person on the team gets to vote so the individual is given the opportunity to come, and it's like super unofficial, off the record, and kind of like plead their case, if they will, like why they should stay in the program and what's going to change and stuff like that. And so like I get a vote that counts just as much as the DAs in some cases, which for someone like me, I don't know, that's just kind of cool to say.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, congratulations on how far you've come.
Yeah, thank you.
Now with this court, do they volunteer all their time then?
As far as
peer
support?
Yeah.
Well, so For me, again, like the individual has to want to engage in peer support. That's one thing I have said from the start. Like, I do not want peer support to be any part of any sanction. Like, you cannot force people to meet with me. That defeats the purpose.
Yes.
So, I mean, I'm not available 24/7 for my peers, but I try to be, because when I went through drug court, you know, they always said, like, the team's here for you, but the team is only there for you Monday through Friday from, you know, 8 to 4, whatever it is.
Okay.
Where, you know, a lot of people struggle on the weekends, stuff like that. So I try to be available, you know, during at least Friday, Saturdays, during the night. And then, you know, a couple nights a week, like typically every other Monday, me and another individual who just came on with Safe Communities we run the treatment court alumni meeting. So anybody that's been in or is currently in treatment court in Jefferson County can come to this meeting, whether or not they completed it successfully or not. And kind of, you know, it's pretty unique because, I don't know, I know I said this when we talked last time, but treatment court is not meant to be easy. Right. And it by no means, it is still one of the hardest things I've had to do in my life. So just, you know, being able to come to a place where, you know, you can feel safe. Nothing is said outside of that meeting. The only thing I ever report is if I am asked on who attended. That would be the one and only thing I ever share with any other team member. So it's, you know, unique to it. People like really know kind of what you're going through and all the requirements you're dealing with and, you know, things like that. So that's another thing that I do. As peer support, like there's a lot of kind of gray area. I do, especially my peers in treatment court, a lot of them do not have a valid license. So, you know, if they let me know, like, hey, I'm going to need a ride this day, whatever, like, I will make sure that I'm there to pick them up and take them where they need to be, whether it's appointments or, you know, a meeting or whatever. That's another thing. I attend meetings with some of my peers just as, like, that extra support, attend court hearings, stuff like that. Like, literally any way I can help improve your life within my means, improve your life or move in a positive direction and help to empower you. That's what I'm here to do, is to help you get to the point where you're comfortable making life choices and, like, moving, you know, empowering yourself so that you can, and eventually the relationship is intended to, you know, only last so long. And at that point, you know, it's supposed to turn into more of a friendship, you know? So yeah. I don't know, it's cool.
Yeah, it is.
I'm excited about it.
Going through all this and all that you've went through, do you still have issues with wanting to go back?
So for me, no. I have not had any using thoughts or anything like that personally. I mean, that's not to say that I don't, like, have triggers every once in a while.
Right.
Actually, when I first came on with Safe, and I hope I can share this, so I just was, like, not expecting it. I just don't know why I wasn't even thinking of it. But when I went to the office for the first time, you know, they were showing me where all the harm reduction stuff is. And I was not expecting to, like, see a bunch of needles. And, you know, it didn't make me want to go use, but it made me have this feeling like, oh, I wasn't ready to see that, you know? It was like, I don't know, I can't explain it, but just kind of like, I don't know, put me back and made me realize, like, why I do what I do and why I, you know, continue to work on my recovery and, stuff like that. So that's, you know, for me, in a nutshell, that's the first time that's happened in a long time for me. You know, that's not to say that my life is all cupcakes and rainbows.
Well, nobody's is.
I do have struggles, with my personal life. My daughter, I just got back into therapy, stuff like that. So life still happens.
Oh, yeah.
And with peer support, like Safe Communities is just, they're a great organization to work for. Like I just feel supported. I feel
So
like
they're there for you too.
yes, I feel like I can go to anybody on my team and, ask no questions stupid, like if I just need to vent to somebody, like I feel totally supported with them, and I'm just like excited to see where the future takes me. So
What would you say to the person out there who is stuck where you began? How can they go forward?
So for me, it took me many years to like finally have things click to where I wasn't obsessing and stuff like that. I would say like reach out for help. Like I was one that never liked asking for help. Even when I was in drug court, I had to ask for rides constantly. And you would think that like that got me used to asking for help. And no, to this day, I still don't like asking for help. And it's something that I still am working on. But like I don't know, because I know you can get stuck in your head if you're anything like me, and you can have 50 different things going on, worst case scenarios going on in your mind. And the second you reach out and call somebody, like, you might be able to vent about whatever's going on in your head, but a lot of times, like, that person's gonna talk with you and you're gonna totally forget, like, what you were just obsessing over. So, reach out for help. It's never too late. And yeah, like, you can recover. I'm proof, so.
She's proof. Anything else you'd like to say before we go?
I don't think so. I do plan on leaving some brochures
Yep.
and our hotline number. So
Yep.
again, anybody watching this, if you want to see what peer support's about and give it a try yourself, you can call that hotline number.
All those numbers will be on our site at the end.
Yeah.
Emily, you're just awesome. You've come
Thank
so
you.
far. And
you.
I hope to have you back here again.
Yes.
And
It's a
thank
pleasure.
you for being here today.
Yes, thank you.